Yang kami hormati Bu Sekretaris Rektorat yang mewakili dari Rektorat Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan, yang juga saya hormati seluruh panitia Milad ke-7 Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan, dan juga yang saya banggakan seluruh peserta English Storytelling Competition 2025. Alhamdulillah di pagi hari ini, di hari Jumat ya, hari yang penuh berkah ini, kita bisa berkumpul di sini ya untuk berkompetisi tentunya di dalam kegiatan di pagi hari ini dalam keadaan sehat walafiat. Shalawat serta salam semoga harus juga kita haturkan pada Rasulullah Muhammad SAW, karena atas jeripayah beliaulah, dakwah beliaulah hari ini kita memegang sebuah agama yang damai dan benar, yaitu agama Islam. Teman-teman, saya ucapkan selamat datang teman-teman peserta. Ini level SMA dan SMK ya. Selamat datang di Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan. Kegiatan ini merupakan rangkaian dari Milad Umla ke-7 yang kita buka di 20 Oktober kemarin sampai nanti di 20 Desember. Jadi banyak kegiatan, tidak hanya English Storytelling ini saja yang melibatkan teman-teman dari eksternal. Salah satunya kegiatan di pagi hari ini. Ya, nanti silakan dilihat di IG-nya Milad Umla ke-7. Jadi di situ banyak. Nanti teman-teman dari guru dari SMA silakan yang mau mendaftarkan siswa-siswinya ya, dalam kegiatan tersebut. Kenapa kok yang kami sasar ini kebanyakan adalah dari SMK dan SMA? Karena kami lihat ini adalah salah satu upaya kami mendekatkan diri ya kepada calon mahasiswa kami ya. Karena universitas itu ya inputannya dari teman-teman dari level SMA dan SMK. Harapan kami dengan adanya kegiatan English Storytelling ya di pagi hari ini, nanti paling enggak juaranya kita kasih beasiswa ya, salah satunya kemarin pesannya Pak Rektor itu untuk bisa studi di Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan. Ya, nanti yang juara sepertinya. Nanti kita bekerjasama dengan pusat bahasa. Ya, di sini ada salah satu lembaga pusat bahasa yang memang setiap tahun, ini tahun kelima ya Bu Ica ya, untuk kegiatan English Storytelling. Jadi setiap tahun kita adakan. Tahun depan semoga lebih banyak lagi pesertanya ya. Harapan kami seperti itu, dan saya ucapkan nanti selamat berkompetisi. Semoga juga nanti bisa bergembira. Memang harinya hari Jumat ya, jadi tidak begitu, nggak tahu sampai jam berapa ya nanti bisa. Sampai jam 2 siang. Jadi nanti break untuk sholat Jumat dulu, baru mungkin dilanjut ya. Jadi itu saja dari saya. Semoga nanti bisa menghasilkan juara yang terbaik, dan insya Allah fair, karena saya kira juri-jurinya juga tidak mengenal dari semua peserta ya. Itu saja dari saya. Terima kasih. Saya akhiri billahi fi sabil haq fastaghfirul khairat. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We would like to express our sincere gratitude for the warm welcome he has given.
Hadirin yang kami banggakan, di mana kita pada acara inti English Storytelling Competition Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan tahun 2025. Acara yang pertama yakni pembacaan tata tertib English Storytelling Competition.
Baik, teman-teman peserta dari SMA, SMK, MA, dan juga izin untuk para dewan juri, kami akan membacakan tata tertib English Storytelling Competition 2025. Yang pertama, poin pertama, tata tertib pelaksanaan. Tolong seluruh peserta untuk disimak baik-baik. 1. peserta storytelling competition adalah siswa SMA SMK MA sederajat di wilayah Jawa Bali yang telah mendaftarkan diri dan tercatat sebagai peserta oleh panitia. Yang kedua, Dewan Juri adalah pihak yang mempunyai kewenangan untuk memberikan penilaian yang sesuai dengan kriteria yang telah ditetapkan dalam lomba. Yang ketiga, penilaian adalah hasil pengamatan Dewan Juri terhadap cerita yang ditampilkan peserta yang disampaikan oleh secara langsung sesuai dengan yang telah ditetapkan oleh panitia. 4. Cerita yang disampaikan boleh berasal dari Indonesia, cerita daerah atau lokal, atau dari negara lain. Yang kelima, kegiatan dilaksanakan pada hari Jumat 31 Oktober 2025 pukul 8.00 sampai selesai. Yang keenam, storytelling competition ini terdiri dari 1 babak dan diambil 3 terbaik dengan kategori juara 1, juara 2, dan juara 3. Yang ketujuh, peserta berpakaian bebas rapi diperbolehkan menggunakan kostum sesuai dengan cerita yang akan disajikan. Berikut peralatannya atau perlengkapannya. Yang kedelapan, peserta wajib hadir 15 menit sebelum acara pembukaan dimulai. Kesembilan, peserta wajib mengambil nomor undian sebagai urutan tampil saat final. Yang ke-10, durasi penampilan storytelling adalah 5-7 menit. Ketika waktu kurang dari 2 menit, kami panitia akan memberikan sebuah tanda kepada para peserta. Ke-10, durasi penampilan storytelling. Ke-11, peserta dinyatakan sudah memulai storytelling pada saat mulai berbicara. Ke-12, peserta wajib mengakhiri storytelling apabila panitia menyatakan waktu telah habis. Waktu telah habis juga ada tanda dari panitia. Ke-13, peserta tidak diperbolehkan menyebutkan nama dan asal sekolah pada storytelling. Ke-14, peserta yang mendapatkan giliran akan dipanggil sebanyak 3 kali. Jika peserta tidak hadir setelah 3 kali pemanggilan, maka peserta tersebut akan disimpan di nomor urut terakhir dan akan kembali dipanggil sebanyak 3 kali. Jika peserta tetap tidak hadir tanpa pemberitahuan yang jelas, maka peserta dinyatakan didiskualifikasi dan uang pendaftaran tidak dapat diambil kembali. Pemanggilan peserta akan kami panggil sesuai nomor urut. Ke-15, draft narasi cerita wajib dikumpulkan kepada panitia. Ke-16, juri berhak memberikan penilaian sesuai dengan kriteria penilaian yang telah ditetapkan oleh panitia. Ke-17, hasil akhir penilaian juri tidak dapat diganggu-gugat. Poin selanjutnya adalah penjurian, pengumuman, serta penyerahan hadiah. Yang pertama, penilaian oleh Dewan Juri didasarkan pada 4 aspek, meliputi penampilan, ekspresi atau mimik, kontak mata, gesture, dan kesesuaian pakaian atau properti. Kemudian penguasaan cerita meliputi keruntutan cerita dan kejelasan makna dalam cerita yang dibawakan. Pelafalan dan intonasi meliputi pengucapan kata dan tekanan, kelancaran. Kedua, penilaian dilakukan oleh 3 orang juri. Ketiga, pemenang akan diumumkan secara langsung setelah kegiatan. Keempat, pemenang storytelling terdiri dari juara 1, 2, dan 3. Kelima, penyerahan piala diserahkan secara langsung setelah kegiatan usai. Keenam, sertifikat keikutsertaan dan sertifikat juara akan dikirim secara online maksimal H+3 hari kegiatan. Terakhir, hadiah berupa uang pembinaan akan diserahkan secara tunai.
Baiklah, sebelum kita memasuki sesi berikutnya, izinkan kami memperkenalkan Dewan Juri yang akan menilai penampilan peserta pada pagi hari ini. Dewan juri yang hadir merupakan sosok-sosok yang berpengalaman dan memiliki kompetensi luar biasa di bidang bahasa Inggris dan sesi bercerita. Marilah kita simak pembacaan kurikulum vitae oleh kami persilahkan.
Baik, izinkan kami mengenalkan para dewan juri yang luar biasa. Yang pertama ada Najihah Mafrudo MPD selaku Kepala Pusat Bahasa Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan serta dosen Bahasa Inggris Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan. Kemudian juri kita yang kedua adalah Faiz Wahidatul Arifatin selaku dosen Bahasa Inggris Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan dan peneliti dengan research interest bidang sastra, budaya, dan bahasa. Kemudian last but not least ada Ibu Primanita Ria Utami selaku dosen Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan dan Kepala Kesekretariatan Rektorat Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan dan Kepotong Kolera. Baik, itu dia teman-teman para dewan juri kami yang sangat luar biasa. Saya serahkan kepada Mas Mario lagi.
Oke. Setelah kita mendengar pembacaan tata tertib dan kurikulum fit of judges, selanjutnya kita langsung saja memasuki acara yang ditunggu-tunggu, yakni penampilan English Storytelling Competition Universitas Muhammadiyah Lamongan tahun 2025.
Baik teman-teman, kami akan memberi waktu 5 menit untuk prepare yourself. Kami akan memanggil kalian sesuai nomor urutan. Kasih penampilan kalian yang terbaik teman-teman. Kita sangat tahu bahwa kalian sudah menyiapkan yang terbaik. Baik, silakan prepare yourself selama 5 menit. Oke, baik teman-teman. Langsung saja, sebelum itu timekeeper ada di sebelah sana. Mbak Abi namanya. Dia akan mengangkat keterangan waktu tinggal beberapa. Kalian bisa memperhatikan Mbak Abi ya teman-teman. Kemudian setelah ini langsung saja kami akan mempersilakan urutan nomor 1 untuk menyiapkan properti atau kelengkapan di atas panggung selama 30 detik sampai 1 menit. Silakan peserta dengan nomor urut 1 untuk menuju ke panggung.
Oke, jadi teman-teman, untuk menyiapkan properti di depan sebelum tampil kita beri waktu 30 sampai 1 menit. Jadi bisa dimanfaatkan dengan baik.
Tepuk tangan yang mulia untuk nomor urut 1. Sebentar, nomor urut 1. Baik, are you ready? Bisa dicek dulu mic-nya?
Cek.
Oke, ready ya?
Ready.
Baik, sekali lagi tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk nomor urut 1.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Have you ever met a mistake that you wish you can't undo? A promise you broke, a word you should never have said. This is my story, the story of a man who loved and lost everything. This is my story, the story of Tobalek. Once upon a time, there was a simple farmer named Toba. He lived alone near a small forest beside a clear river. Every day, he worked hard under the burning sun, hoping that one day his life would change. One day, he went fishing and suddenly, surprise! He caught a giant golden fish. Wow, this will be my dinner tonight. But when he went home, something unbelievable happened. The fish had disappeared. Instead, there stood a beautiful woman in his kitchen. Who are you? Don't be afraid, Toba. I was the fish you caught. I'm a heaven again. As a thank you, I will stay with you. Days passed, they fell in love and got married. But the woman had one condition. Toba promised me never tell anyone that I was on the fish. Toba promised. Years went by. They had a son named Samosi. He was cheerful but lazy. Toba loved him but after get angry. Sam, go bring this food to your father, said his mother. Mom, I don't wanna know. I am sleepy. On the way, Sam stopped and had to feed himself. When he came to the field, his father was starving. Toba looked at the empty basket and exploded in anger. You foolish boy! You lazy child! No wonder you are the son of a fish! Samosi froze. Father, what did you say? We ran home crying. Mother, it is true. I saw of fish. His mother sock. Oh, Toba, you broke your promise. And the time has come for you to face the consequence. She told Samosir to run to the hill. Go, my son, don't look back. Mom, I am scared. Don't leave me. Suddenly, the birds covered the sky. Lightning struck, thunder roared, and rain poured endlessly. Thomas screamed, "Forgive me, I didn't mean to, please." But it was too late. The valley is drawn, and the place became Tombalek. In the middle of it stood Samosir Island. They say the lake was father tears of regret, and the island was his son resting place. The story not only about love, but about the praise of broken of promise. From my story, the moral lesson are the first, never break a promise, because trust is broken is hard to rebuild. And the second, control your anger. What's broken in anger can destroy what love has built for years. And the last, learn to forgive, for forgiveness bring peace. Even when the past cannot be changed. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oke, luar biasa sekali penampilan pertama. Oke, penampilan pertama sangat-sangat luar biasa sekali, dan kami harap penampilan selanjutnya tidak kalah dengan penampilan yang pertama. Oke, kami himbau untuk yang penampilan kedua untuk mempersiapkan propertinya terlebih dahulu. Kami persilakan.
Nomor urut 2, silakan menuju ke atas panggung. Baik, nomor urut 2 sepertinya sudah sangat ready. Beri tepuk tangan yang meriah kepada nomor urut 2. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Today, on this occasion, I would like to tell you one of Indonesian folk tales entitled Bawang Merah and Bawang Putih. So, don't go anywhere. I will start with once upon a time, in a beautiful and peaceful village, there lived a rich merchant. He lived with his daughter named Bawang Putih. His wife had passed away. One day, he came home from traveling and brought a woman and her daughter. He married the woman, so Bawang Putih now had a stepmother and a stepsister named Bawang Merah. Bawang Merah was so lazy and a greedy girl was spoiled by her mother, while Bawang Putih was an obedient and diligent girl. She did all the work without complaining. Soon after her father married the woman, her father died. On the night, Bawang Merah and her mother treated Bawang Putih like a servant. Every morning, they will yell at her. Bawang Putih, where are you now? We are hungry. Prepare breakfast now. Okay, Mom. I will prepare breakfast now. One day, while washing at the river, Bawang Putih lost the scarf. Where is it? Oh no! I know Mother's scarf is gone. What should I do? Mom will scold me. When she looked at the scarf, she found a house near the river. Bawang Putih asked the old woman of the house, "Dear Grandma, did you find a scarf?" I did. Do you mean this scarf? Yeah, it's my mother's scarf. Let's come on in. What's your name? My name is Bawang Putih, Grandma. The old woman said she would return the scarf if Bawang Putih helped her to cook and clean for her. Bawang Putih agreed. After she did all the chores, the old woman gave her the scarf. Bawang Putih, come on. This is the scarf. And I have a present for you. A pumpkin. Choose which one you like. Bawang Putih chose the small pumpkin. When she opened the pumpkin at home, as instructed, she found the fruit was full of jewelry. Bawang Merah and her mother saw it. Oh, what? Where did you get that pumpkin? Bawang Putih then told them everything. Oh, Bawang Putih, you should have picked a big pumpkin. A big pumpkin must contain more jewelry. Bawang Merah and her mother wanted to get a pumpkin with jewelry. So they went to the river and pretended to lose their scarf. Later, they visited the old woman's house. Dear Grandma, did you find my mom's red scarf? Yeah, I found it by the river. The grandma asked them to help her and gave them a gift, a pumpkin. They chose the big one, of course. Hopefully, there will be more jewelry inside this pumpkin. But remember, don't open the pumpkin before you get home, said the old woman. Palmira and her mother did not hit with their mother's advice. On the way, they cut open the big pumpkin. Instead of jewelry, their big pumpkin was containing snakes! What is this? Where is the jewelry? Oh my God, it's hurt! What should we do, Mom? 'Cause they still were in the middle of the forest. No one came to help them. They died of snake bites. Meanwhile, Bawang Putih lived happily ever after, enjoying the fruits of her obedience and kindness. The story of Bawang Merah and Bawang Putih tells us that, as human beings, we must be able to control our greed. Often the greed will lead us to misfortune, like what Bawang Merah and her mother got at the end of the story. That's all my story. Thank you for your nice attention. Bye-bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Pertanyaan yang meriah dan nomor 2. Penampilan yang sangat luar biasa ya teman-teman. Sekarang anak SMA tuh makin keren-keren ya.
Iya, betul banget.
Oke, nomor urut 3 silakan di prepare.
Oke, kami persilakan untuk nomor urut 3 untuk menyiapkan properti di atas panggung. Oke, baik. Apa sudah siap? Mari kita saksikan penampilan dari nomor urut 3. Beri tepuk tangan yang meriah.
My ancestors were sailors, love and happy to sail the vast ocean, passing through the waves with no fear. From the big storm was commonplace. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Your Excellency, all the judges. In this occasion, I'd like to tell you a beautiful story about the ancient fish. There was a fisherman who lived with his wife in a small hut close by the seaside. The fisherman used to go fishing every day. One day, as he sat in his boat with his rod, looking at the sparkling waves and watching his lines, suddenly the boat was driven away deep into the water. He quickly started to reel in his line and managed to pull out a huge fish. Wow, this will feed us for days. Much to his surprise, the fish started to talk and said, "Please, let me live. I'm not a real fish. I'm an enchanted fish. I'm an enchanted prince. Put me in the water again and let me go. Have mercy on me, O kind fisherman." The sharp fisherman quickly threw him back and exclaiming, "I don't want to hurt you, talking fish. Go on, go where you come from." When the fisherman went home, he told everything to his wife. "My husband, didn't you ask it for anything?" "No, I didn't. What should I have asked for?" "I'm so confused about you. You don't realize what you should have asked for. We live very wretchedly here in this nasty, dirty hut. We are poor, and I'm so miserable. You should have asked for a nice, cozy cottage. Now go back to the sea and ask the fish that we want a snug little cottage." The fisherman wasn't sure about this, but he still went to seashore. Then he said, "Oh, enchanted and beautiful fish, hear my plea. My wife doesn't want what I want, and she won't give up till she has her own will." The fish immediately came and said, "Well, what is her will? How can I help your wife?" She says that when I had called you, I ought to have asked you for something before I let you go. She doesn't like living in our little hut and wants a snug little cottage. Go on, she's already in the cottage." When the fisherman went home, she saw her wife standing at the door of a nice little cottage. Everything went fine for a while. And then one day, the fisherman's wife said, "Husband, there is not enough room for us in this cottage. Go back to the fish and tell him to make me emperor." "Wife, I don't want to go him again. Perhaps he will be angry. We ought to be happy with what the fish has given us and not to be greedy." "Nonsense! The fish will do it very legally. I know. Go along and try." The fisherman went to the middle of the sea and the fisherman went to the middle of the sea to meet the enchanted fish and convey all his wife wishes to be an emperor. The fish The fisherman went to the seashore to meet the enchanted fish and convey all his wife wishes to be an emperor. The enchanted fish also went to an emperor. In short, the fisherman's wife said, the fisherman's wife wanted to be the lord of the sun and the moon. So she told her husband to come to the magic fish again and tell him all her wishes. The man, shivering with fear as he was going down to the seashore, the sky became black with stormy clouds. Then there were great black waves. Unfortunately, the fisherman didn't have any choice. So he got onto his boat and rowed to the middle of the sea and cried out as loud as he could, "Oh, the enchanted fish, come here, comfort and help me." "What's he want now?" said the fish. "I'm truly ashamed of my white beard, but I can't do anything. She wants to be the lord of the sun and the moon. Go home to your small hut, and it is said that they live there to this very day." There are, my friends, lessons for us. not to be greedy because greedy will destroy everything. Thank you for your kind attention. And we'll say, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Oke, itu tadi adalah penampilan dari nomor urut 3. Ternyata dia tadi mancing dapat ikan sangat besar loh.
Baik, peserta selanjutnya dengan nomor urut 4. Silakan nomor urut 4 untuk menuju ke atas panggung. Tes.
Oke, apa sudah ready?
Baik, ini dia nomor urut 4. Beri tepuk tangan yang meriah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Morning. So here, I want to ask something. Do you know a story about someone who's scared about the storm? Do you ever hear it? No? So here, I want to tell you a story by the title, Dance in the Storm. This story is about someone that betrayed by me, who lived in a small, dirty and shabby house. My house. I live really alone, just befriended by mountains. My house was nothing more than a broken wall or a leaking roof, but it was all I had. Every time the storm went home, I'm scared. I would cover my ears, hoping the storm would catch me. I used to count the seconds with like that thunder, just to remind myself that I'm still here. Every time the thunder roared, I hide. I felt like my hiding out was survive, but I just found this sinking deep roots of fear. I was like everyone else. I had dreams. I had hopes. I want to go far, just to do something great. But I was afraid of failing, afraid of being hurt, afraid of the storm out there, and the one inside my heart. And then that fear came. The wind screamed louder than ever, shaking my tiny window. The wind screamed less. I saw something strange. A girl standing alone at the end of the street, wearing a yellow one. At first, I thought that she was just another wanderer lost at the street of storm, but she didn't move. She just stood there, The door opened without a wish. There she was, a girl with a yellow raincoat. Her face was familiar. Her eyes were warm yet dead in light. Then she asked, "How long are you going to hide?" I couldn't understand it. My lips couldn't move to answer her. I could only deny her. "You don't understand, I'm not strong enough. The storm will destroy me." But then she stepped closer. "You're already destroying yourself by hiding. Come on. You don't have to be afraid. But you just have to move." Her words hit harder than the thunder. I was scared to push her away. No! No! Why don't you? Why everyone can't understand me? I can't get out of that because I'm scared! But then she took my hand. I don't know why, but I let her do. The wind, the whole wind. Oh, it's cold outside. The rain is brutal, cold and unforgiving. I want to go back inside, but she held outside, forcing me to face it. Suddenly, slowly, the rain had softened. It no longer hurt, but it washed me instead. We danced awkwardly, close under the pouring rain. And for the first time in a long while, I laughed. The storm had stopped, but somehow I wasn't afraid anymore. And now I realized the girl with the yellow raincoat wasn't someone else. She was me, if I managed to overcome my fear. But then I looked again, she was gone. The rain had stopped. The sky was beginning to clear. And from now on, I never hide longer. Because I know that I have strength to face the storm. And remember that sometimes the only way to find yourself is to dance in the storm. Thank you very much for listening. The end.
Bintang yang mulia.
Luar biasa sekali penampilan dari nomor urut 4. Oke, ternyata peserta ini sangat-sangat totalitas sekali.
Benar banget,
Dari
Mario.
properti, dari penjiwaan sangat-sangat luar biasa sekali. Oke, setelah ini kami himbau untuk penampilan urut selanjutnya, yaitu nomor urut 5, untuk mempersiapkan properti di atas panggung. Kami persilakan.
Nomor urut 5, silakan menuju ke atas panggung.
Oke, apa sudah siap? Oke, beri tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk nomor urut 5.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to tell you a story about the magic box. Once upon a time, there was a poor farmer who dug up a big box in his field. He took it home and showed it to his wife. His wife cleaned it and kept it in their house. One day, she dropped an apple into it. Immediately, the box began to fill up with apples. No matter how many were taken out, others took their place. So, the farmer and his wife decided to salt the apple and were able to live quite comfortably. One day, when the farmer came home, he accidentally dropped a coin into the box. At once, the apple disappeared and the box began to fill up with coins. Every day, the farmer and his wife collected hundreds and hundreds of coins from the box. Soon, they became very rich. Now, the farmer's grandfather lived with the couple. He was not very strong and couldn't go out to work. So, the farmer asked the old man to help him take the money out of the box. When the old man became tired and wanted to rest, the farmer shouted at him, "Why are you lazy? Why can't you work harder?" The old man didn't say anything, but he continued working until he fell inside the box and died. At once, the coin disappeared and the box began to fill up with dead grandfathers. The farmers had to pull them out and bury them. To do this, he had to spend all the money he had collected. When he had used up all the money, the box broke and he was just as poor as he was before. That's all from me. Thank you for your listening. The moral is, wealth or possession are worthless without hard working. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Beri tepuk tangan yang meriah kepada nomor urut 5. Oh, keren sekali penampilannya nomor urut 5.
Oke, langsung saja nih kita ke penampilan berikutnya, yakni nomor urut 6. Kami persilakan untuk menyiapkan properti di atas panggung.
Nomor urut 6. Nomor urut 6 apakah tidak ada?
Oke, karena nomor urut 6 tidak ada, kita lanjut ke nomor urut 7. Untuk mempersiapkan propertinya di atas panggung, kami persilakan.
Oke, nomor urut 7, apakah sudah siap?
Siap.
Baik, silakan beri tepuk tangan kepada nomor urut 7.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. I will tell you about the legendary story in Java. This is a Timur Emas. Once upon a time, there lived an old woman. The name was Mbok Sirvi.
She lived by herself because her husband passed away and she had no children. Every day she prayed to God to give her a child. Oh my God, can you give me a baby, please? I'm so hungry. And one night, when she was praying, a giant passed her house and heard her pray. I can give you a child on one condition, but you must give the child back to me when it is 17 years old. The child said to Basir. Basir was so happy. She did nothing about the risk of losing the child later and agreed to take the child away. Really? You give me a baby? Then prove it now. Then the giant gave her a bunch of cucumber seeds. Yeah, I give you a cucumber seed and plant it upon your house. Then the giant left without saying and needing help. In the morning, Mohsin planted the seeds. The seeds grew and blossomed plentiful. After that, a big golden cucumber grew from plants. Carefully, Mohsin planted the golden cucumber and carried it home. With caution and care, she sliced the cucumber. She was very surprised to see a beautiful baby girl inside the cucumber. She then named the baby Timur Emas. A few years later, the giant came to see Mohsin about her promise. Mohsin, where is Timur Emas? Shouted the giant. My daughter, take this with you. It gets away from the giant. No, run to the back of my daughter. But the giant saw Timur Emas running to the woods. The giant was angry. Stunned and enraged, he rushed toward Timur Emas. But Sirni tried to stop him. But the giant was unstoppable. The giant was getting closer and closer. So, Timur Emas opened the first bag she could from Mohsin. Inside the bag with cucumber seeds, she threw the seeds to give him more strength. As the giant was getting close, Timur Emas took the second bag with needles and spilled the content behind her. The giant's body was stretched and bled. You got it from me! I got you, Timur Emas! Shouted the giant. Timur Emas then reached the third bag, the prawns with the salt-touched target to deep sea. The giant almost drowned and had to swim to cross the sea. After some time, he managed to get from the water. Timur Emas saw the giant coming, so she reached for the last bag. She took the same pass and threw it. The same pass got a big swamp of boiling mud. The giant was trapped in the middle of the swamp. It was slowly, but slowly drawing him help. Help! Help me! Save me, please! I'm sinking! No! live happily ever after. Thank you so much for your nice attention. It's all from me, but before that, the moral value is to use humor and never give up in your life. Good morning, everyone. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wow, penampilannya keren sekali tuh teman-teman, dengerin never give up katanya. Oke, kita next ke penampilan selanjutnya, nomor urut 8.
Oke. Kayaknya dewan juri ini pada bingung deh Kak buat memilih para juaranya karena keren-keren semua ini.
Oh gitu ya, apakah betul para dewan juri?
Oke, selanjutnya adalah penampilan nomor urut 8. Apakah sudah siap?
Siap.
Oke, inilah penampilan dari nomor urut 8. Beri tepuk tangan yang meriah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Ready for Umla English Storytelling Competition 2005. I want to tell a story with the title Princess. So let's enjoy the story. Princess. I dream of being a princess. In my dream, beautiful a girl and crown on my head. I live in a magical village surrounded by blooming flowers. A skilled princess. I help people and make the world a happy and prosperous place. Being a princess in my dream is a beautiful Israelite story. Full of happiness and talent. I hope that one day my dream will come true. And that's our story I am telling you. So, I hope you enjoyed it. So, thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Keren sekali. Beri tepuk tangan lagi dong teman-teman.
Ya oke, langsung saja ke penampilan berikutnya nomor urut 9. Kami beri waktu untuk menyiapkan properti, kami persilahkan. Oke, kami persilakan untuk nomor urut 9.
Okay, are you ready?
Wait a minute. I'm ready.
Okay. Sekali lagi, give applause to nomor urut 9.
Hello everyone. How are you today? Okay, I hope you all in a good condition because now I will tell you a story by the title Dewi Kadina. So please listen to me carefully. Dewi Kadina was the most beautiful girl in Pajajaran kingdom. Everyone in the kingdom loved her so much because of her beauty and kindness. But everything was gone when her father, the king of Pajajaran, decided to marry again with Dewi Mutiara. Dewi Mutiara hates Kadita so much because the king loved Kadita more than her. Her hatred was getting worse when she was pregnant. And one day, she went to a deep forest to meet a black magician. Then she said, "Oh, black magician, I want Kadita's beautiful body full of skinniness and age. If you succeed, I will reward you with the present you never told of before." Then the black magician gave her a bottle of potion. At night, her maid gave it to Kadita. At the morning, when Kadita woke up, What did you say? I never did such a bad thing. The kid was just silent. He was sad, he was mad, but it's the only solution. Dewi Mutiara felt the sounds too, but just informing her husband. Oh, Kakanda, don't be too sad. We'll still have a son who could be in his kingdom someday. Don't be too sad, Kakanda. Saying that, Karita lived with all tears. Then she decided to meditate. After a long meditation, she became the queen of the South Ocean that lived happily. Meanwhile, in the palace, Dewi Mutiara didn't live happily as she used before. She often had fight with her husband, her son, who was a naughty boy, and the king always stopped his son's ability to replace his position. It made Dewi Mutiara very angry. So one day, she went to the South Ocean to refresh her mind. And she said some mad words. Crazy king! If only he's not a king, I will never marry him! After saying that, the sky getting dark and the ocean wave getting higher. At that moment, Kanita comes with the highest wave. Dewi Mutiara, you steal my father and ruin my life, but you never fell in love. Now you have to go down with me. Ni Roro Kidul, the queen of the South Ocean. I'm queen of the South Ocean, everything is fun to me. No one can escape from my way. Beautiful sound of bells, and the sound of the waves is the sound of my prisoners. And suddenly, Dewi Mutiara escaped, become full of scariest and it. No, Kanita. Please forgive me, Kanita. But it was too late. The ocean wave dragged her into the ocean, and she never come back again. The end. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the moral value from this story is don't be envious people, because you'll never get happiness, even though you steal other happiness. In reality, happiness is from your own heart. Well, thank you everybody for listening, and see you next time. Bye.
Wah, bagus sekali, beri tepuk tangan yang meriah. Suaranya sangat indah loh teman-teman. Oke, sebelum kita ke nomor urut 10, saya ingin cek semangat para peserta. Oke, semangat pagi. Kurang semangat. Ayo, sekali lagi, semangat pagi. Oke, langsung saja kita masuk ke nomor urut 10. Kami persilakan untuk menyiapkan properti terlebih dahulu.
Okay, are you ready? Okay. Boleh tepuk tangan sekali lagi teman-teman yang meriah untuk nomor urut 10. Waktu dimulai sekarang.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. story and wonderful child in Indonesia, Malin Kundang. Long time ago, in a small village near the beach in West London, lived a woman and her son. They were Malin Kundang and his mother. Malin's mother was a single parent due to Malin's mother had passed away since Malin was a child. Malin had to live hard with his mother. Malin was a handsome and diligent boy. He always used his mother to earn money by fishing. They worked still hard, but they still poor. One morning, Malin met his mother to ask him to allow him to find a job in a big city. Malin said, "Mom, I want to go to big city to find better job, so we will have better life. Please allow me, Mom." Malin's mother answered said, "Please, don't leave me alone, son. You are my only son. Please, don't go anywhere." Malin replied, "But I have to go now, Mom. I promise I will come back for you." Malin was eager to change their life. Finally, with a heart feeling, her mother said, "All right, son, I allow you to go, but you must pay your promise." Malin answered happily, "All right, Mom, I will back and make you happy someday." In the early morning, Malin went to a big city by the ship. In the big city, Malin worked in a big ship. There was a good-looking and diligent boy, so the doctor of the richest person fell in love with him, and they got married. But how was his mother? She was getting old and sad. She always came to a shore every morning waiting for her son. There was the ship captain. She always asked about her son. "Hey, do you see Malin? My handsome son. Where is Malin?" The captain of the ship answered, "No, Mom, there's no one named Malin. Sorry." Malin's mother was upset and went to her house. It happened again and again. Well, we went to Malin. How was he? Year by year passed. Malin became a rich person and had a beautiful wife. But he forgot his promise to his mother. One day, Malin's wife asked him to go vacation. So, Malin prepared a big luxurious ship and everything to sail. However, in the middle of vacation, the big storm blockaded Malin's ship. However, in the middle of Malin's ship, Malin got to the coastal island. Do you know, audience, when the island was Malin's world? Many people come to see a big luxurious ship, including Malin's mother. They saw Malin in that ship. They shouted, "Hey, Malin's dead! Malin's dead! Malin's dead!" Malin's mother heard that. She shocked and wept heavily. She runs to meet Malin. She shouted, "Is that you, Malin? Is that you, my only son? Thanks God! Oh, Malin, and your mother, do you remember me, Malin?" Malin was shocked. She said, "What? Son?" She said, "That's your son. Is that true, Malin?" Malin began asking her mother. She answered overwhelmed, "Mother, no, my dear, I don't know this old poor woman." And then Malin told his mother, "Hey, you poor woman, get out of my ship." The Malin mother wept sadly. She answered, "Malin, don't you remember your promise? Why are you so cruel? I'm your mother." Malin answered, "No, you are not my mother. My mother was dead." The old woman really
11 sorry ya, 11. Silakan menuju ke atas panggung. Sekali lagi tepuk tangan teman-teman kepada nomor urut 10, 11.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. The honorable judges and high all audience, ladies and gentlemen. This time, I will tell you a story that's familiar in East Java. I think some of you already know this, and here it is, the legend of Ande Andelemu. Long time ago in East Java, there stood two kingdoms, Tenggala and Kediri. The kingdoms were united under Kahuripan kingdoms. To avoid war, the kingdom decided to reunite the marriage of the king gender. They were Raden Panji Asmorobangun and Dewi Sekartati. One day, Tenggala was attacked by a large number of people. When they were put out, Dewi Sekartati ran away and hid out in a desolate village. There, she met a wealthy widow called Nyai Intan. Nyai Intan had three beautiful daughters, Kelanting Abang, Kelanting Ijo, and Kelanting Biru. Then, Nyai Intan took Dewi Sekartati as her child and gave her a name, Kelanting Kuning. Kelanting Kuning, come here! Oh, Kelanting Kuning is a good girl. You must do all housekeeping and cooking in the house. While I and my lovely daughters will go to the market. Bye! Said Nyai Intan. Kelanting Kuning was more like a servant than a child. Nyai Intan and her daughters often scolded her and treated her badly. In the meantime, in Tenggala, Panji Asmarabangun and his soldiers were looking for his wife, Dewi Sekartati. Then, in one afternoon, a soldier came up to him. I have good news for you, Your Highness, reported the guide. Did you find anything? Asked the prince. I saw a girl that looked like the princess, Your Highness, in a small village, but I'm not sure yet that she was her, because she was only a village girl who worked for a rider. In the next few days, Panji Asmarabangun and his soldiers decided to go to the Nepal. They selected a farmer Kelanting Kuning lived. Under the name of Ande Andelemu, Panji Asmarabangun stayed in one house of an old widow called Mbak Rodo. He sent a news to the people that he was holding a contest to find a wife. Kelanting Abang, Kelanting Ijo, and Kelanting Biru were so happy to hear that. They dressed up as beautiful as possible to reach the prince's heart. We shall all look pretty, sister. Mother will be glad if one of us become a princess, said Kelanting Abang. Under the day, they were safe ready. They put on their best dresses and jewelry. When they were wearing their red lamp, Kelanting Kuning came up to them. Wow, you look so beautiful, said her. Harry Kelanting Kuning, do you want to take part in the contest too? But I think that's unlikely. You don't even have to dress, you just free. Can put on such a tribal look. More Kelanting Ijo. Oh my God, that's right. You can go to the contest. You better stay home and finish your job. Go to the lobby. Kelanting Kuning took their dirty clothes and went to a nearby river. She actually did not go to the contest because she loved her husband so much, and then Panji Asmarabangun. Suddenly, a breath approached him. It looked like a moment and he whipped in his face. Oh, princess, quickly, go to the contest in Dadama. There you will meet your husband. Take this whip, you will need it, said the bird, putting the whip on the stool next to Kelanting Kuning. Kelanting Kuning raced back home and dressed up for the contest. By the time, Nyai Intan and her sister received the Bengawan Solo rifle. But they could not get the rifle that was deep and wide. Suddenly, a giant crab floated upon the stream. They did not know the crab was Yuyukakan, and the advertisement assigned to test the participants. Yuyukakan would have to across a rifle if they kissed her. Kelanting Abang and her two sisters agreed. One by one, they kissed the crab. After that, Yoyokama told them to get on his back and took them across. Meanwhile, Lentikuni saw up at the riverway. Do you need any helper? Asked Yoyokama. Oh, can you get me across? Asked Lentikuni. I can do that, but I have a condition. I want to kiss you. What? Impossible! I don't want to kiss you because I have a husband. Yes, sir. Lentikuni listened to stream over the whip, making the river water twinkle. I'm sorry, Lentikuni. Well, on my bed, I will take you across and even to the Depan village. Meanwhile, in Borondo house, the lady saw a beauties in front of other noble, but he did not seem impressed by any of them. A few moments later, Lentikuni arrived in Borondo house. Panji Asmorobangun knew that Lentikuni was the only woman who did not kiss Yoyokaka. Therefore, he chose Lentikuni for his wife, although she was initially confused. Lentikuni finally revealed that her purpose is coming is to find her husband named Panji Asmorobangun. Panji Asmorobangun frustrated her through identity, leaving everyone in the pursuit so present. Dewi Sekartaji was joy to be reunited with Panji Asmorobangun. They then went back to the place and lived happily ever after. Okay guys, what we can learn from this story? Oh, as a good human, we have to keep our honor and never do brutally. Well, this is my story. Thank you for your patience. See you next time and bye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Give applause.
Oke, itu tadi adalah penampilan dari nomor urut 11. Kami bawa nomor urut 12 untuk menyiapkan properti terlebih dahulu. Kami persilakan. Wah, ini dari segi kostum, make up dan properti sangat-sangat luas sekali. Kira-kira mau menampilkan apa nih? Oke, kita simak aja penampilan dari nomor 12.
Okay, are you ready? Nomor urut 12. Okay, give me one sekali lagi teman-teman untuk nomor urut 12. Okay, bisa dimulai.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, I'm going to tell you a good story by the title, The Legend of Lembu Suro. One day, in the kingdom of Kadin, there lived a king who had a very beautiful daughter named Dewi Giliswiji. Many young men proposed to her, but she always rejected. One day, the king made a contest to find a husband for his daughter. The king said, "Hey young man, whoever among you can stretch this bow and lift the bow, I will marry you to my daughter." Men from all over come and tried their best, but no one could win. Was it
Sadly, her father didn't want to deny his promise, and he asked Dewi Kinsuji to marry with Lambusura. The princess was very confused because she knew that Lambusura was very strong and had many soldiers. But then the princess got an idea. Hey, Lambusura, I will accept your proposal. However, I have a request. I'm glad you will accept my proposal. Just tell me, my dear, however you want. With my power, I can do everything, replied Lambusura. Listen, I want to take a bath to the Mount of Gold, and I want you to dig and make a deep well in just one night. Just that? It's easy. Just wait. You will see the well ready by early morning. Lambusura answered confidently. The princess was worried that Lambusura might actually finish the well before sunrise. Unfortunately, her fear came true. Lambusura actually finished the well before dawn. Then Lambusura came to the princess and said, I have finished the well. Now, will you marry me? But the princess got another idea. I don't believe it unless I see it with my own eyes. I'll check it with my soldiers. Dewi Kinsuji then invited her soldiers to the top of mountain to see the well. When she arrived, she pretended to be amazed. Oh wow, this is an amazing well. I've never seen like this before. You did well, Lambusura. She pretended. Then she stood on the edge of the well and dropped her ring inside. Oh no! My ring! My beloved ring! Turn into the well! Please! Oh, how could this happen? Help me! Then, seeing this, Lambusura didn't want her to be sad. So he pretended and dropped to the well. Don't worry, my princess. I can take your ring back from inside. While Lambusura was still inside the well, the princess immediately ordered her soldiers to take a big stone and close the well. Soldiers, hurry up! Take a big stone and close the well now! She commanded. The stone was very heavy and Lambusura was trapped inside. Before it was completely closed, Lambusura shouted and met at her sword, Dewi Kinsuji! How dare you, Dewi Kinsuji! You broke your promise! So, one day, Mount Galuh will happen! Kadiri will become a river! Blitar will turn to the dry land! And Talago will become a lake! I will destroy your kingdom!
his attractive story, and then we will go to the next participant.
Oke, selanjutnya dari nomor urut 13 kami persilakan untuk menyiapkan properti di atas panggung. Yang ini juga dress code-nya tidak kalah keren dengan sebelumnya nih. Ini ada nuansa Cina-Cinanya. Kira-kira mau menampilkan apa nih? Oke. Langsung saja kita beri tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk penampilan nomor urut 13. Kami persilahkan.
Beri tepuk tangan dong.
I'm sorry. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Was a daughter of fire, voice of thunder, hiding in silk. They called me ambitious. They called me dangerous. I am the only and first woman who ever ruled the dragon throne of China. Here is my story. On the day I was born, 1,400 years ago, the sun disappeared. A total eclipse covered the sky, a sign of a change. An old woman smiled and whispered to me, "No, child, the heavens aren't angry. They were announcing your arrival." They said it was an omen. They were right, because I never meant to live my ordinary life. As a little girl, while others played or embroidered silk, I read scrolls by the candlelight. My father once asked me, "My little child, why do you study so much?" Because I want to understand the world better.
Why do you understand the world? No woman can ever understand the world.
Then the world such change. I didn't know it then, but that sentence shaped my destiny. When I turned 14, I was taken to the town place where I have to serve the Taizong Emperor. The place was just dazzling, like golden walls, silk robes, and answers. I was just among 100 girls, but I refused to be invisible. One day, during the council meeting, the emperor asked for advice. Men argue for hours. They keep shouting on each other. Then, I dared to speak. Your Majesty, a ruler's strength is not in how loud he commands, but in how well he listens. Everyone fell silent. Everyone is watching. He said, You speak like a thunder, hardened silk. He said, when he died, I was sent away to a temple. They shaved my hair bald and dressed me with a gray robes. They asked me to forget who I was But how could I forget? When every whisper and every prayer I whispered was not for peace. It was for second chance. Until one day, when the princely, the sun's emperor, came to the temple to pray. He was just gentle and curious. And where our eyes met, I felt something I had feeling here. It's hope. And then we decided to talk between a stone pillars. So, you are Rumi. Yes, I am Rumi.
Do you ever miss the place?
Sometimes, but not always.
What do you do when you came back?
Yes, I will came back, but not to serve, but to rule. He smiled and fate smiled with him. Years passed, and he became the emperor of Gaozu. I was summoned back to the place, but this time by his side. Of course, the ministers were furious. They kept shouting,
A woman in power?
"That's untrue." But I stood tall and said, "Do not dare you to speak to me like that. If heaven did not wish a woman to rule, why it gave me strength to do so?" One by one they wrote, and I am Rumi, the emperor of Wu-Zhejiang. When the emperor fell ill, I wrote in his place. They call me ambitious. When I made fair laws, they called me cunning. When I led armies, they called me cruel. And I said, when man rules with fire, he is called strong. And when woman rules with fire, she is called cruel. And with that, at night, I stood in the garden. The full moon was watching me again. And then, young maid approached me and asked, "Your Majesty, do you ever regret it? Fighting for a throne that no woman could ever have?" I was shocked. She asked me, did I regret it? And I said, "Regret? No, child. I didn't fight so I could sit just in the throne. But I fought so another girl will believe she can." She cried, and I said, "Raise your head. Do not man or someone the world could ever persuade you to do something bad." And with that, I became the first and only woman who ever ruled the dragon throne of China. And I made histories that no one can ever forget. I think that's all for me. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Selamat tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk nomor urut 13. Oke, ternyata penampilannya juga secantik bajunya. Oke,
Bisa
langsung
aja Mas Mario.
Langsung saja kita masuk ke nomor urut selanjutnya, yakni nomor urut 14. Kami persilakan untuk menata properti di depan. Oke, apa sudah siap? Baik, inilah nomor urut 14. Beri tepuk tangan yang meriah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dear audience, I have a story to tell, entitled Lutung Kasari. A long time in a place called Pasuna, there was a king named Prabu Tapa. He had two daughters, a big sister named Purbarara and a little sister named Purbasa. Prabu Tapa was an old king, so he planned to retire as a king. He wanted Purbasari to replace him as the leader of the kingdom. My dear Purbasari, I have decided that you will be the next queen of Pasuna. Hearing this, Purbarara was angry. What? You cannot ask her to be the queen, father! I am older than she is! It's supposed to be me, not her! Says Purbarara. But the king still chose Purbasari to be the next queen. Purbarara feeling very jealous of her little sister. She went to witch together with her fiancé and asked her to put a spell on Purbasari that made her skin and body covered in black spots. All the witch made Purbasari's skin break out in ugly black spots, make her so repulsive that father will have to choose me as queen. It's easy thing. I can do your request. Purbarara arrived in the palace and looked at Purbasari. Oh, Purbasari, look at me. You are not beautiful as I am. You cannot be the queen. Instead, you have to leave this palace and stay in the jungle. Get out from this palace now! Said Purbarara. The king felt sad, but had no choice but to send Purbasari away to stay in the jungle. My dear Purbasari, I'm so sorry. But with your condition, I think it's better to leave this palace and stay in the jungle. Said the king. Purbasari was very sad. Now, she had to stay in the jungle. While she was living in the jungle, she met many friendly animals. There was one monkey that always tried to cheer her up. It was not just an ordinary monkey. He had magical power. And he could also talk with humans. The monkey's name was Lutung Kasari. He was actually God. His name was Samhyang. One night, when the moon was full, Lutung Kasari told Purbasari that she should take a bath in a special way. Purbasari, I have an idea. There's a magical that can make your skin clean and beautiful again. But you have to bathe there and get the full moonlight. Purbasari did as she was told, and while she was bathing, something magical happened. Her skin became clean and beautiful again. What? I don't believe it! My skin When she looked at the mirror and her skin is become clean and beautiful. After that, she asked Lutung Kasana to accompany her to go back to the campus. Purbararang was shocked and said to her little sister, "You may not look girls anymore, but the queen will have a handsome husband. Here is my fiancé, Indrajit. Where is yours?" Purbasari didn't know what to say. Suddenly, she grabbed Lutung Kasana's hand. What? So, the monkey is your fiancé? How can you put up my husband, Purbasari? Suddenly, Lutung Kasana changed into a very handsome man. She was even more handsome than Indrajit. Purbasari became a queen and forgave Purbararang and her fiancé and let them stay in the palace. That's all my story. Thank you for listening. Goodbye. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Rangka, wow, keren sekali penampilannya. Kita lanjut aja ya teman-teman ke penampilan selanjutnya. Nomor urut
15. Kami persilakan untuk menyiapkan diri terlebih dahulu. Oke, beri tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk penampilan nomor urut 15.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hello, good morning. I will tell you about fisherman province. The fisherman's province. Once upon a time, there was fisherman named Batara Gurusala, who lived in Bataland. One day, he caught a fish that called dog. The fish became too easy, free, and ungodly. As soon as the fish was free, interchanged into a woman so beautiful that one day, forever, he asked to marry him. He asked to marry him. The woman agreed. The city was free. One day, forever, but in one condition. The two kept the secret that she was fish one condition. Every morning, Sarah went out fishing. His doctor him his lunch. He staggered in his lunch. Do we for fish? So that and then she, you give lead the doctor of a fish. From that moment, that doesn't understand. They were asked to their mother. The mother, he acts very annoyed. From the moment his doctor very annoyed. From the moment and the fish in change into a woman, not very hungry. They got very angry. You behave, sending the sharing into a woman. The moral mistake we got very from the story. The promise fisherman guide. If you storytelling, if you take the promise, you can get the deal. And thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Beri semangat dan beri tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk nomor urut 15. Oke, selanjutnya ke nomor urut 16 saya persilakan untuk menyiapkan properti terlebih dahulu. Saya persilakan. Yang kali ini juga gak kalah keren nih Kak. Oke, apa sudah siap? Baiklah, beri tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk penampilan nomor urut 16.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Dear honorable judges, respected teachers, and all my dear friends in the love. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Today, I will take you on a journey to Central Java, Indonesia. A land where history and faith are one. A land where love, power, and tragedy save one of the most magical temples in the world. This is the legend of Candi Prambanan. want you to be my queen, he said with a confident smile. You killed my father, and now you dare to ask me to be your friend? Her voice trembling but steady. Yes, I have conquered your land, and I will make you mine. If you truly want me, then prove it. Build me 1,000 temples just in one night. Bandung Bandung Salam, aku powerful now. 1,000 temples is I accept. When the night fell, he raised his head toward the sky. Spirits and imps will be gathered, ready to obey his command. He won with pride and speed. Temples appeared one by one as if the earth itself was alive. Roro Jurang turned pounded as she was the impossible unfold before her eyes. This can't be happening, she murmured. In desperation, she ordered her maids to light torch, pot rice vessels, and make noises as if the dawn had arrived. Servant! 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 Please come here! Please, make it morning! Light torch! Make some noise! Quick, we must find him! Stop him! Hurry! She told Persimmon with a trembling voice. Persimmon rushed to the palace yard. They lit torch, powdered rice, and made noises as if the dawn had arrived. And the roosters crowed loudly. Bandung Bandung's hair froze with air. The sky slowly turned pale blue. The spirits rose, their face twisted and bending. He's rising! When the night fell, the sun was sky, furious and imps slowly gathered. The roosters crowed loudly. The spirits rose, their face twisted and bending. Bandung Bandung stared at the house with temple in disbelief. You tricked me! He groaned, his voice shaking with fury. A duel is a duel. You failed, and I will never rate you. You tricked me! You dared to fool me! The great Bandung Bandung! You 1,000 temples, and now you are the last one. You are the last temple. The crowd shouted in defeat. A chorus of wingless for her princess. Her hair waved around her face as it doubled backward. Her head bowed in terror.
Keren sih. Keren banget penampilan dari nomor urut 16. Oke, selanjutnya kita kasih kesempatan buat nomor urut 17 untuk menyiapkan propertinya terlebih dahulu. Kami persilahkan.
Ini seragam apakah ini? Oh, Jenderal Sudirman. Oke. Tepuk tangan sekali lagi untuk nomor urut 17. Oke, ready ya?
Tear my body apart, cut off my body, but my soul, which is protected by the red and white fortress, will still live, will continue. The demon me. Whoever the opponent is, I will still face it up.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Excellency, all the judges, and the teachers, and all the participants whom I respect. Today, I will talk about one of the heroes that I admire most in the history of the national struggle. He is a figure who never gives up and stands in his principles. Who is he? Does anyone know? Who else if not General Sudirman? He was the first and highest leader in the history of the nation's military. At the end of 1948, the Dutch would attack the capital of the nation's king, the Yogyakarta. General Sudirman decided to leave the city to lead the guerrilla warfare directly. Even though his health was very weak, General Sudirman, the President Sukarno, and invited him to conduct the guerrilla warfare in the forest. However, President Sukarno refused the General Sudirman invitation by saying, "Dimas, I am the president. This is my place. My duty is to conduct diplomacy. This is my battlefield. If Dimas were a soldier, then his place would be on the battlefield. Here, or in the forest, it's the same. I have a chance of being killed too. If this were in Indonesian Republic, Sukarno will never be afraid of dying." Finally, General Sudirman accepted President Sukarno's decision. However, President Sukarno again suggested that General Sudirman would just rest at home, considering the illness that General Sudirman was suffering from. But General Sudirman refused that. "The one who is sick is Sudirman, Mr. President. But the great commander will never be sick and will never be afraid in defending the independence of this beloved republic. Even if sweat falls, even if body is soaked in blood, Commander Sudirman's spirit will never fade." For 7 months, General Sudirman conducted guerrilla warfare in the forest. Initially, the General Sudirman troops were constantly followed by the Dutch. However, they managed to evade them with the lightning attack tactics and moving through the difficult terrain such as forests, rivers, and hills. Eventually, the Indonesian soldiers succeeded in establishing the main headquarters in Sobo, Central Java. From these main headquarters, they managed to launch an attack on March 1, 1949. Amidst the battle, General Sudirman delivered his speech via radio, which is at that time was used as a means of communication in the struggle. "Merdeka! Here I, Commander Sudirman, inform the subordinate commands, army commanders throughout Java and the Dutch army, even the whole world, that the Indonesian National Army still exists, is strong, and will control the entire territory of Indonesia. Merdeka!" After the war, Grenfell Agreement and a ceasefire took place, and the President Sukarno requests the General Sudirman to return to Yogyakarta due to his lung disease and weak physical conditions after recently undergoing the main lung surgery. But his spirit did not fade. He often to be carried in a stretcher to continue leading his troops.
I know my body is in pain, but my soul has never been hurt in defending the independence of Indonesia. Therefore, my children, the Indonesian soldiers, you are not merely hired hands. You are ideological warriors who are capable of fighting for the nobility of our homeland. Believe and be confident that the independence of country founded on the sacrifice of thousands of lives and the people's worth can never be destroyed by anyone. I, Great General Sudirman, entrust this struggle to my children, to my people, the peoples of Indonesia.
So friends, the message from the story I presented is that in defending our country, we must be willing to sacrifice our spirits, body, and even our life as a form of our love for the nation of Indonesia. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Give you applause.
Oke, tidak ada penampilan dari nomor urut 17. Selanjutnya, langsung saja kita memasuki ke nomor urut 18 untuk menyiapkan propertinya terlebih dahulu. Kami persilahkan. Dan kami himbau untuk seluruh peserta, ini adalah penampilan terakhir sebelum break. Dan setelah
sebentar ya, sebentar, Mbak Alma.
Jadi nomor urut 18 ada nanti sebagai penutup sebelum break kita. Jadi kita break di jam 11.30 dan lanjut lagi di jam 12.30. Oke, langsung saja ke penampilan nomor urut 18, kami persilahkan.
Oke, apakah udah siap? Oke. Tepuk tangan teman-teman untuk nomor urut 18. Waktu yang tepat kami persilakan.
All those days watching through the windows, all those years outside looking in, all that time never even knowing just how blind I've been. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Do you guys heard me singing? Well, I've been stuck in the tower for 18 years. So, singing is kind of my thing. Anyway, hi everyone and hi honorable of the judges. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rapunzel, and yes, I am the girl with very long hair that glow when I sing. So, sit tight because this is my not so ordinary story. I was born as a princess, but I didn't know that for most of my life. When I was just a baby, an old woman named Margaret kidnapped me. She found out that my hair had magical power. It could make people young forever. So she locked me in a tall tower deep inside the forest. Every single day, I look out the window, watching those floating lights that appeared everywhere on my birthday. I didn't know why they were realized, but somehow I felt they were meant for me. By the way, I spend my days with painting, la 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 la, baking, cleaning, and of course, brushing my long hair. It was so boring sometimes, but I always dreamed of seeing those lights up close. Then one day, a man suddenly came into my tower. I panicked and hit him with a frying pan. Who are you and why are you in my tower? Oh, realize I'm Flynn Reader. I didn't mean to scare you. Turns out he was a thief who stole a royal crown and hid in my tower by accident. When I found the crown, I didn't realize it was actually mine. So I made a deal with him. I said, take me to see the floating lights and I'll give you back this crown. He said it, but finally agreed. That was the first time I ever stepped outside my tower. And wow, everything was so beautiful. The grass, the sky, the wind, even the little bugs amazed me. Flynn was kind of funny too. Annoying, but funny. We went on so many adventures together. We danced in the village, meet people, hi, and for the first time, I felt truly alive. And when night came, we reached the lake where thousands of lanterns floated into the sky. Flynn and I sat in a small boat, surrounded by golden lights, and whispered, "Oh, I've been dreaming of this moment with my whole life." And he smiled. And now you're here. It was magical. I felt free. But then I found out the truth. Flynn didn't betray me like Margaret said. She was the one who kidnapped me. And I was the lost princess all along. In the end, Margaret tried to take me back, but Flynn saved me, even if it cost him his life. I cried and sang. When my tears fell on him, his wound healed. After that, I returned to the kingdom. My parents finally found me. And Flynn, well, we'll live happily ever after. So, yeah, that's my story. From a girl trapped in a tower to someone who finally, her freedom, her family, and her true self. Oh, and if you ever see a floating lantern into the sky. Don't forget to make list, okay? Okay, okay, I really have to go now. Friends probably stealing something again. Bye everyone and thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Luar biasa, itu penampilan terakhir sebelum kita break. Saya bawa lagi, jadi setelah ini kita break dulu sholat Jumat untuk yang laki-laki dan break makan buat yang lain. Lalu kita akan lanjut lagi di jam 12.30. Oke.
Bagi Bapak Ibu yang ingin sholat Jumat, Masjid Arfarudin terdapat di depan, ya. Gitu. Teman-teman yang mau sholat Jumat juga silakan menuju ke masjid di bawah. Nanti lombanya dimulai pukul 12.30.